So let's go delete everything and add in a plane. And now we're just going to tab into edit mode. We're going to go add in some loop cuts like so, and then we're going to go to the face select, and we're just going to go and delete these two faces. So from here we're going to build our particle beam, and I'm going to time lapse this and you'll understand what we're doing as we go through this time lapse. So cue the music. Make sure ambient occlusion's on. I'm going to set this distance to 1. I'm going to set the factor to 3. And let's make sure the bloom's on. Go to screen space refraction. And now let's go down to color management, change the look to very high contrast. And now you add in all the colors that you want. I've already, as you've seen by the time lapse, gone ahead and done that. Now guys, let's go add in our modifiers. So we're going to go to the modifiers tab, and we're going to add in a mirror modifier, and then make sure that the clipping's ticked on, and then we're going to go add in a subsurf modifier, and I'm also going to make sure I save it first. and we're going to go simple. I'm going to change the viewport to 2, and now we're going to add in an array modifier. I'm going to set this to 9 and make sure that the merge is on. Now the final modifier we're going to add is a simple deform. We're going to make sure that it's on bend, and then we are going to set it at either minus 360 and then make sure that it's on the z-axis. So guys, now you know we've made this. Let's go in, center it, so it's just move. Click on G. It doesn't have to be dead center. So now guys, what we're going to do is we're going to add in a circle, and then we are going to scale this circle up. We're going to bring it down. We're going to go hide this plane for a minute. We go into edit mode, and we're going to go E and Z. We're going to bring it all the way up. And now let's go add in a few loop cuts, give them about 5. And now let's add in our modifiers. So first modifier we're going to use is the subsurf modifier, and change the viewport to 2. And then the next one we want to add is a wave modifier, and when you hit play you'll get it bouncing up and down, which isn't what we want. So now what we need to do is go to our option and go and change our transform, and I'm going to rotate this by 90 or minus 90. Now if you play it wiggles up like so. And now let's go turn this off. While we're here, let's turn on the normals, and we're going to change the offset to -50. And now let's go over to the shading, and let's also split the screen a bit more, and let's go get a timeline. Let's go over to the render setting, create a new material, and we'll drag it all the way back to the start. And while we're here, we're going to change this to beam 1, and we're going to get rid of this principle. So let's go add in a mix shader, and a transparency and emission. We put the emission to the bottom one, top one, shader to the surface. And now what we're going to do is we're going to set this to blue, and we're going to set the strength to 12. Now let's go add in a color ramp and a noise texture. If you have a node wrangler, go Control T and it'll put mapping in a texture. If not, go to preferences and go node, and make sure that it's ticked on, and we want to make sure that the object is connected to the vector, and the color is connected to the factor, and the color to the mix shader factor. And now as we move this up, you see there's all these little dots all over it, which is what we're wanting. Now let's change the scale to 1.5, detail all the way up to 16, and we're going to change this distortion up to 2. Now what you want to do is press N on the keyboard, and it'll bring up this, and we're going to go to options, and then we're going to change this to alpha blend and shadow mode to none. And now let's animate the location. So we're going to insert a keyframe here, then let's move all the way over to your last frame, bring it up to, I'm going to go with 20. Let's say keyframe, I'm going to play it, and then I might want to add some spinning, so I'm going to go an I here, and I'm going to go to 10 I there as well. So now move this back to frame 1, duplicate it, and then we're going to scale it, and then let's scale it and round about the same length on the z-axis. For the time being, let's hide the first circle, and also what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this material. So now this is a different material, and now let's go over and make this a different material. So I'm going to go with a nice bluey white, and we can turn this back on and go back to this like so, and we will change this just a little bit. As you see, it's getting more kind of sci-fi crazy look. So let's go ahead and duplicate this bigger one more time. So duplicate it, and then we'll scale it up. Just copy this texture so we don't change both the textures. I'm going to change the color to a reddy orange. We can mess around with this to where we get the colors that we want. Boost this brightness up to 50. So there we go guys, you've got all the settings and everything that you need to now play around with and explore. Hope this helped, guys. If it did, drop a like. If it didn't, drop a dislike. And thank you for watching.